So Adrian,
Yes.
I know you've been to Hong Kong many times, but what was your first impressions of Hong Kong?
My first impression of Hong Kong, I went out there with HSBC, but I flew out there by myself. I was to meet them out there. And I managed to get myself, obviously, to Hong Kong Station. And I found this sort of bus that takes you, like, for free out to where the hotels are.
The shuttle bus. Yeah.
That's right, the shuttle bus. And then as you come out of Hong Kong Station, you're almost straight away into kind of the financial district.
Yes.
And it was Chinese New Year. And all the buildings were lit up with these amazing illuminations. And I was sort of staring out the side of the bus, looking up, and oh my God, it's like I've arrived in Blade Runner or something. That it just looked amazing. I've never seen anything like it. I mean, I've lived in Tokyo before, and that's pretty cool, but it was nothing quite like this. I wasn't expecting it to be on that scale. So that really was my first impression of Hong Kong, was this sort of brightly lit, high-tech city that was just on a different level to what I'd experienced before. Yeah.
So Adrian, Har Gow or Siu Mai?
That is an impossible question. But you're probably gonna push me and say I've got to choose one of them.
Yes.
It would probably be Siu Mai, and I can't tell you why. But you know, you have to try when you're in Hong Kong. You have to try so many different kinds of food, and I think dim sum has always been a favourite of mine anyway. So to try. Because you get a chance to try so many different things, but at the end of the day, it's very difficult to say what your one favourite thing is. There's just so many amazing things.
Okay, so Siu Mai over Har Gow.
I think so, yes.
Okay. So Adrian, when watching Olympics or sports, do you concentrate on watching the sport itself or analysing the data?
Well, this is an easy question for me to answer. And that is that I watch the sport because I enjoy the competition and I enjoy like watching people trying to win. I'm not interested really in the analytics behind it, or the data behind it. You might be surprised to hear. And there's another admission here, is that actually I'm not an analyst. I run an analytics company, but my background absolutely isn't in analytics. It's in sales and marketing. So while there are people who are fascinated by numbers, I'm not one of them. I'm more of a words and pictures kind of guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Adrian, what's your favorite movie? Is there any movie that's involved in your analytics?
Well, I have many favorite movies, but really your question, I guess, is like which of my movies involve analytics? And I think that would probably be Moneyball, which looks at American baseball and an underperforming team and the way that they analyse all the players that they could possibly have in the team and their performance. And they put together a team that is a winning team, but other teams have sort of overlooked these players for various reasons. So it's sort of looking at the underlying analytics of the way that sport is played. So that was an interesting movie, but fundamentally it was an interesting movie because the story was good, not because it was all about analytics.
Thank you, Adrian. Thank you.
You're very welcome.